Hey everyone, how you doing today? Thought I would just show you an update on this space station. I haven't had as much time as I would like to work on it, but I did get some more things rolling on it. I know it looks pretty unfinished yet, and it is. Um, so on the last video, I was working on the roof, and I did clean that up some more, and I changed the glass again. Now, I don't have the alpha version of the game. Oh, I'm sorry, the experimental version of the game. So I hear there's some new glass pieces, and I'm curious about those. So, but I haven't like switched over. But I just I made the glass a little bit bigger and a little bit more uniform over here. Um, I'm not sure about all the cut-ins on the deck. I'm trying to give this thing some definition, and considering that, I don't know. I'll probably try to make it a little bit easier to walk on. This area over here is probably not super wonderful for that. But what I've been working on right now is the upper two floors above the existing crafting area. And I'm trying to get a lot of features in here, including a farm and more storage and more crafting yet. So what it's got now is it's got 8 more 320K storage bays in the area. And I might rearrange where these controllers are yet. I'm setting up some over here where they've got some constructors or something that can go right next to the bays on one side of these rooms. And as you walk along this top way over here, I've got this large area in the middle, mostly unfinished. And it's possible I might move around some controllers to here. Now, what I was thinking about doing, although I've got a logistic problem of a window right here, I like the window, but I've got this nice 3 high floor space right here where I could get in a couple furnaces, but that would like shoot those right in front of the window. Now, I could put those one space forward, but that still wouldn't help because you'd end up frying yourself as you try to go around them if you were trying to go to the window. So maybe I won't put that there. I don't know yet. Been trying to like do a lot of planning with this front area, and it's taken a while too. It's not as quick as some other things. So up on the top floor, it's got 5. Let's see, what are these? 27 grow plot areas here. Here, let me turn off the. I got the lights on the temporary switch, so I can shut them all off right now. And yeah, that's basically it. A bunch of farms up here. Over to the sides, there's quite a large area for whatever. I got to build up these elevators yet and figure that out. um, Now, a concern of mine though is again, and I knew this was going to be a problem, is size class. Right now, it is at size class 9, um, and I don't want it to be too crazy. So, obviously, a lot's going in on this side of the base. I'm not going to be doing the same for the other side of the base. It'll get detailed and tweaked out, but a lot of the areas for now are going to probably be additional storage bays, which I'm going to try to get along this area, or the fill-in type that I was talking about in past videos. Essentially, where it's all set up to add in container extensions and controllers in designated spots, and you can add, I don't know how many more, but quite a few, um, and fill those in as you need them. But on this side, because this is the side where all the crafting stuff is, I'm trying to keep it all together so you don't have to ever go too far if you want to physically like go to the crafting stuff. Obviously, on the hangar floor here, you've got the bulk of it, like everything. But then there'll be sub bays in other areas here on different floors, and I'll have to get some railings and stuff on these floors as well, which is another size class jump plus lights. So yeah, I'm a little worried about the size class. Now, one thing I was thinking about doing on these center areas is actually turning these into elevated landing decks, potentially, because again, the more I add, the bigger the size class this thing's going to be, and I just didn't want it psycho. In fact, it's got a hard limit of I absolutely will not exceed size class 14. My hopes of keeping it within size class 10 are already shot. There's no way I could finish this and keep it size class 10 at where I'm at right now, which is yeah, kind of a problem. Couple other little things. I did bring. I spawned this in on Excalibur stream. We realized that this thing was 2 blocks too long. I did shorten that. It was if you had the long range radar attached to the Apollo, it would bump up against the end of this. So that should be fixed as well. Now, other areas in the base that I got to deal with yet besides these upper levels, which it's amazing how much space is actually up in these areas. I mean, you look at it proportionally to the Helios, and it looks a lot smaller, but it's really not, and that's the thing. It's physically smaller in size, but due to its height and multiple levels and stuff like that, it's got a lot more like space in it, I would say. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm just trying to make this just really, really cool, and where you're walking around, and if you got like a faction and there's a lot of people that want to do things, there'll be places to do all that stuff without even the need of modules and things like that. But you know, you add that in, and even more players can do stuff. But the default base is quite the production crafting thing. And yeah, I am planning on getting some more furnace locations in here. I just don't know, because of the window issue, I don't know if this is the perfect spot for it, but maybe I can get that to work. It's just, I hate blocking a window. And I've got to go to that level, that way back here, because I got the farms above it, and I had to indent the farm plots, or basically build a fake ceiling below them so I could leave them out, which is also a problem. And I've got some areas over here that are bugging me where a constructor is supposed to go. And granted, this area just has a very, I didn't do much at all in texturing. I just kind of was trying to get like a base texture on some things, and a lot of things aren't textured yet. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at, and I'll keep working on this. I don't want to rush it either, because like today I was like, man, I just want to get a bunch of stuff done, but yeah, I got to cut the lawn, I got to go grocery shopping, I got to do this, I got to do that, there's a lot of things I got to do, so it's just like I don't want to rush through it and try to get it done as quickly as possible. I really like getting in the zone and working on each area as an individual thing, and maybe I'll try to do a video on that too. Like one of these side rooms over here, great opportunity for some fluff, I guess. This could be quite a extensive little lounge area or something like that, and it's got a window, which is great. But I don't want to try to do too much. Again, size class always going to be a problem. Unless I don't care about size class, but I do, because I want to bring it in on a server for season 3 in Reforged Eden. So as in the solar things, the solar panels are just bugging me more and more and more at this point. I don't have a good solution for them. I like how they're mounted in the building, but it's, you know, it was pointed out already that they're not the most effective. Then I've got that issue between vanilla and Reforged with solar panel counts, and I'm also having some issues with interior stuff. These solar panels are quite weak. 150 hit points versus the blocks. Steel blocks are running quite a bit more than that. And they're kind of like they're coming through the roof in places. Some areas I was like, well, maybe I can cover that up and whatnot. They are airtight, which is cool. It's just they're really, really weak. So I got to figure out a solution with that. I have thought about just replacing all those areas here with blocks, and I don't know, putting the solar panel somewhere else. It was suggested maybe put them on the bottom, but you see, I've got this big logistic issue where a lot of modules have solar panels on the top side, so they're all docking like this, so you want the solar panels facing the same direction as the solar panels of the base. So if I put them on the bottom, I couldn't do what I did on the Fattest and run like a line down like this and the solar panels off to the sides, which would work. Uh, if but the modules wouldn't line up to the sun then, if I did it that way. The other way is to have the solar panels like on these great big arms to clear the body, so they could get sunlight beyond the bottom of the thing. But then I would need to build out some really big like arm things down there to hold the solar panels. Or to me, it won't look plausible because there's no way you would set up solar panels that are literally in the shade, blocked by what you're trying to do. It just, to me, it wouldn't ever work. It wouldn't look right. So, or I leave them, but final release is, I could have only 15 solar panels on here, and I've got 24, and there's no nice way to remove a bunch of solar panels. I would have to kind of do it anyway. God, I wish this wasn't such an issue. It's just really bothered me, and I especially like how the solar panels are mounted in the ceiling due to the angle and the angles on the edges and the fact that I wanted some complexity there and more to look at anyway. It works out good for visuals. The solar panels sort of work all right. They're not at maximum potential, but you get it faced in the sun, and you'll get some solar energy, especially with 24 panels. Um, so just a lot of little things that are a little troubling, and this is not unusual though. I run into build after build after build that, especially the larger ones, that there's a lot to figure out in, and like how to get things to work and fit and pathing and how much stuff, and always fighting size class or CPU or whatever thing that you got to fight to get something built. But hopefully it'll be neat in the end. And I'm hoping the pathing works out good too, because having the elevators in the corners, you're able to get like from the ground floor. Oh, don't mind that missing block. Like right up here into like more crafting. If you take the elevator up another notch, you're right up to the farm. And despite the size of this place, you pretty much, all this area over here is, like I said, probably some landing decks just to cut down block size or size class. And you wouldn't probably have to go to the other side really at all, unless you're going to pop in like some storage bays. Now, why I decided not to do the storage bay thing on this side, like I was gonna fill in a bunch of like areas, is it has to do with efficiency. Like, for instance, when I custom do storage areas, and I can use a lot of the storage things as the floor or ceiling, and it's kind of a case by case basis, to make them connect and all fit and all be the right size, and save some blocks in the process that I wouldn't need to have for a roof and ceiling. But this is also causing me a lot of texture issues because of the storage controllers that I have. There's so many through here. Like I wanted to do like a different texture across like these lanes in between the farms, but I can't because some of them are storage controllers and some aren't. And you gotta pick a texture that works with both, which is very limited in storage, or yeah, these I'm sorry, cargo extensions. Um, Also, I did kind of want to build some kind of neat little structure that kind of goes up to the ceiling here in the center. So when you're down in the base and you're kind of looking up at the ceiling, it'll hopefully look kind of cool, and get that feeling of large, I guess, like you're in this great big like arena kind of thing. And that's kind of what it is. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I want to touch on. The little issues that I've got and what I'm trying to get into here. And I did ask the question about how many furnaces should it have, and some people have said, well, it's cool with 3, and others like, I would want more than that. So that's what I'm trying to do, is put in more locations for furnaces, and I would like to keep it on this side of the base because that's where all the function is, literally. So I don't want you to have to, like, if you, like, sometimes I'll just run up to something rather than go through the P menu to do things, and I do that actually quite a bit, and I would hate to, like, to have to, like, run all the way across over here, hop up an elevator, and then go over here so I can use those furnaces when everything else is over here. It doesn't make much sense to me. So I want to keep it all on this side. And I do have these large areas in the sides here too that are 3 blocks tall. So I guess if the furnaces don't go in the center, which I don't like the idea of blocking that window, then they could go uh, up in the corners over here, but that's like a third floor up, and I was trying to keep that for farm space. So that's why the only place with having the farm there that I can find a place for a couple more of these, which would fit here, are right in front of a window. Just things like this, just you know, try to work out how this thing's going to work, and try to be a little, you know, a little more plausible and good layout, so you're not like wasting time running all over the place all the time, which I don't wanna have to do. I like big places, but I don't like them where it's just a chore because it's big, and it takes you too long to get doing things that you want to do. Keep it all tight and together. That's fine. And honestly, for the most part, if I was in this space, which I probably will be in the future, um, I'd probably be just hanging out here most of the time, down over here. It's got all the stuff. It really does. It's got everything I want for my base crafting stuff, and then of course with the additional storage that's in here, that's all like Wi-Fi accessible or whatever. That should be fine too. So I'm just thinking about multiple players, like multiple, you know, like someone could run up here and have their own little section over here and have this neat little balcony where they can overlook the hangar and stuff like that. Um, so I'm trying to obviously I want to make this look really neat inside. Lighting's going to be a bit of a problem too. It's a big area. There's not any good ways to light this properly, and I don't even think you can use spotlights like the block spotlights in bases. So I'll have to figure something out with that, but I'm probably going to have to put a lot of like neat little lighting and make the landing deck here pretty cool. And then there, of course, is this other fairly good sized room over here, um, which certainly could be like a lounge or a bar or something like that. It's kind of in between the flight deck and going down into the Majora module area, and then below that is engineering. So engineering, I'm going to fit like the shield or, you know, a lot of these parts in here. Now, to keep costs down when I first release this, so it'll have like the storage it has, which is 14 320K controller systems now. Hopefully a room for a lot more, but a lot of things like shields and stuff like that I may just leave out, because if you're not in a place that's dangerous where you spawn the station, you shouldn't need all that stuff. So I'll try to keep the cost down when spawning. Now currently, of course, it's only going to get more expensive, but currently it's looking at a 14-hour and 53-minute build time. Now I do have it equipped with the constructors and stuff in there. I'm not sure exactly what I got using the Estrium and Zacosium yet. It's not that much, so I was probably the turrets. I do have a few turrets on here, but those will probably be stripped as well. So I mean, the price will come down a little bit before I'm, you know, ready to release it and whatever. Yeah, hopefully we'll have all the function and plus all the module support and everything else. So you could use this in conjunction with a module ship or whatnot. But it is certainly designed around modules. If you're not into modules, the station would still work. It would just have a lot of wasted stuff that you weren't using with it or could use with it. But anyway, that's all I've got for today. I know it's pretty light. It's been a couple days since I did a video as well. I'll try to get jamming on this and get another update out this week. And then probably Friday, I'm going to probably do another look at the workshop thing. Take a look at some more builds and creations stuff like that, and hopefully have an update on this by then as well. But yeah, it's where I live. It's been really nice weather. It's spring. I've actually, as like a week ago, well, no, actually it was about 4 weeks ago, I had my second COVID shot, which is kind of neat too. So I'm able to like actually see some friends and stuff that I haven't seen in person in a long time. So some of my time's been doing that. In fact, this last weekend I drove to a different city to chill out with a buddy for the part of the weekend. So that was kind of cool, and a break from sitting in the house on the computer so much. But doesn't mean I'm done with it though. So I'll keep trying to jam on this. Also, I got to take a look at that Merc MX4 again too. It's been a little while. The MX3R, I still haven't been back to update it again. I think it's got a little issue with oxygen that someone brought up and showed me some pictures of that, and that is cool. It's real. It needs a couple tweaks and another update, and I would like to get the MX4 out. I'm not really planning on having this thing done and ready probably for a couple weeks yet. So I mean, like I said, I don't want to rush it, and I haven't had a lot of time to work on it. In the past, some days if I can get one of those days where I got like nothing going on, and you can put like a 6 or 8 hour like jam session in, you can get a lot done in that amount of time, especially if you stay real focused on it. But I've been like doing this like, oh, I got like an hour and a half I could work on it today, and hour and a half the next day, and that's kind of what I've was at with this top part. And it does take a long time, and there's things I'm trying to work out in my head on pathing, layout, fitting parts, and stuff like that. Anyway, I will shut up, and you guys have yourself a good day. I'll talk to you later.